Hello, this is Matthew Smith. For the next part of our presentation, we'll discuss abstract expressionism and Walton's Contra standard features. As Walton noted on page 144 of his paper entitled Categories of Art, a Contra standard feature with respect to a category is the absence of a standard feature with respect to that category. That is, a feature whose presence tends to disqualify works as members of the category. In addition, Walton noted on page 150 that features contra-standard for us are perceived as being misfits in a category, which the work strikes us as belonging to, as doing violence to such a category. The artwork we have chosen within abstract expressionism as a contra-standard example is Robert Rauschenberg's erased de Kooning drawing from 1953. Approximately 25 inches by 22 inches by 1/2 inch. The unusual description from the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art for the erased de Kooning drawing reads, "Traces of drawing media on paper with label and gilded frame." The inclusion of the descriptive label, which was created by Rauschenberg's friend and fellow artist Jasper Johns, along with the gilded frame, provides both definition and context to the informed viewer. Perhaps intentionally, the label and gilded frame seem to serve as linkages to the Royal Academy and to the Renaissance in an effort to provide a greater degree of validity and significance to the artwork. The historical background of the erased de Kooning drawing is quite compelling. Rauschenberg had experimented with erasure and monochromatic no images, such as white painting from 1951, to create artwork. However, he was not pleased with the results and decided that the best way to create no-image art was to erase a drawing by a prominent artist of the time. As a result, Rauschenberg approached noted abstract expressionist Willem de Kooning, who eventually agreed to donate a drawing for erasure. It took Rauschenberg several weeks to erase de Kooning's drawing, using a number of erasers, and as noted previously, both the gilded frame and label inscription by Jasper Johns became an integral part of the artwork. On this slide, we have an image of Rauschenberg from the 1950s, along with an image of the erased de Kooning drawing. In addition, we have detailed images of the label inscription by Jasper Johns, as well as Rauschenberg's notation on the back of the canvas, which emphasizes the importance of the frame as part of the artwork. We also have a digitally enhanced infrared image of the erased de Kooning drawing, which was produced in 2010 by the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art. This image highlights 4 figures related to the Woman series, which de Kooning was focused upon throughout the 1950s. Some of the contra-standard features of the erased de Kooning drawing include the stark absence of standard and even variable properties of abstract expressionism, such as the action gesture features by Pollock and de Kooning, and color-filled geometric features by Hoffman and Newman, among others. Within the Waltonian contra-standard construct, the erased de Kooning drawing can serve as a shocking misfit that is linked directly to abstract expressionism due to the violent treatment of de Kooning's artwork by Rauschenberg. With regard to some contra-standard concerns about the erased de Kooning drawing, an uninformed viewer could see the artwork as merely an interesting piece or promotional stunt. In addition, an uninformed viewer could see the artwork as differing so significantly from the standard and variable features of abstract expressionism that it would not be perceived within this category as a result. On the flip side, the erased de Kooning drawing could be seen by an informed viewer as contra-standard in abstract expressionism with knowledge of the historical background and art period context. An informed viewer could also see the erased de Kooning drawing as an effort to dramatically break away from or reject abstract expressionism and foster the emergence of postmodern movements such as pop art and minimalism. In this instance, the piece would no longer be perceived as a contra-standard work within abstract expressionism. To summarize the contra-standard section, Rauschenberg's erased de Kooning drawing from 1953 seems rather simplistic at face value. However, the artwork becomes more complex as one studies the piece holistically, including the gilded frame and label, and learns more about the context of the time period, the artists who were involved in the project, and the unusual artistic process that was utilized. To the informed viewer, the erased de Kooning drawing could be seen as Contra within abstract expressionism. Alternatively, the erased de Kooning drawing could also be seen as something so different that it moves from Contra to standard within the Waltonian model, especially since the piece anticipates and influences the development of postmodern movements such as pop art and minimalism. We hope you've enjoyed our presentation, and we'll leave you with a list of references and additional resources. Thanks.